And I'm hoping we might get a bit of a audio cue, sort of excited yapping like the dogs do sometimes here. That would give us indication of where to try. Guys, and these are spotted hyena. If this is maybe the first time you're on drive, or you haven't been in Africa before, you haven't seen much of the wildlife, this is one of the apex predators actually, also because they're in groups. And they are normally dominant over any other predator except lions, and sometimes even dominant over lions. I'm a bit curious. I mean, our initial thought was that these guys are following the wild dogs to potentially get food. In other words, if the dogs make a kill, which is very, very quick, I mean, wild dogs can make 1 or 2 kills in the space of a few minutes sometimes. If that happened, the hyenas would take the food. But I have a strong feeling here, because we're not far from the den. We're only a couple hundred yards from the den site, or the place where these guys are staying at the moment. It might be that those dogs, the way they were running, they came straight from the den. So maybe they sort of bumped into the hyenas, and the hyenas decided just to sort of push them away a bit. Brilliant though, we've got 6 hyenas around us at the moment. What a great surprise for this morning. Brian, did you register the first dog?
The one that shot across the road? No,
I just saw a flash. It was like something ran across the road. You know, we're busy with checks and things, and then I clicked what it was. Guys, I just have to talk to the game drive stations. They're trying to help us find the dogs. Standing by. Quarantine for. Okay, I'm coming to join you, please. Okay, guys, this is stunning, but wild dogs. Okay, well, let's just say morning to this one. You can't see him, he's sniffing the nose of the car there. There's one right here, just there. Hello. If he comes a bit closer. Standing by. Hey, I've got amazing hyena at the moment. Texan just got them on quarantine again, so maybe if you head for quarantine, then you can take over there and I'll stay with the hyena. Guys, I think that's what we're going to do for now. Just such a nice view of these hyenas. As well, another big good morning for those of you joining us on time. We had a bit of a running start this morning. We were busy with our checks, and Hayden was getting ready. We were getting ready. Brian is on camera this morning with us, and we had a flash across the road, which both of us didn't even register at the first flash. Only at the second flash did we realize they were actually wild dogs, and we had a pack of wild dogs. I didn't even get to count them, but 6, 7, 8 of them coming down the road. They were not chasing something, but they were running, and then the hyenas were around. As we can see now, we found the hyenas, and those wild dogs have covered a great, not distance, but difficult terrain. They've just found them. We've got another vehicle helping us as well. Texan from Juma Lodge. HT is on his way there, so as soon as he can get to the dogs, we'll get you there as well. So it was a very, very exciting start. We just went with it to see what's going on. Now, wild dogs, if you've never been on drive or not on many drives, or even if you've been on many drives, wild dogs we don't see very often. Those wild dogs came running straight through the hyena den area, which is why these guys decided to, hello, beautiful, hello, I love hyenas as well, hello, yeah, this is one of the young ones, that's why it's so curious, right here next to us. I mean, literally there's going to sniff my finger. Hello, guy, hello, right, he's just sniffing the door. Look at that face. Huh? Yeah. You live, buddy? Ooh. Ooh. That was very special. That was awesome. One of the young ones, you can see that beautiful rich coat still. Now these hyenas, I think, at first I thought they were sort of trying to hunt with the dogs, not with them as in helping, but following so that they can take the food. But then I realized they were actually just chasing the dogs away from their den site. The dogs have moved through an area that we couldn't have followed in a car even if we wanted to at that pace. But as I said, we've got other game drive vehicles helping us as well. We're working as a pack, the same as the dogs and the hyenas. And Texan has found them. HT's on his way there. I'm going to try and get there as well in a bit. So welcome to WildEarth. Welcome to a beautiful morning in the African bush here. It is a great way to start the day with a surprise like that. And as always, it is my pleasure and my privilege to have you on Drive with us. My name is Peter Pretorius, and we're going to have a stunning morning today. So stick around, enjoy it with us. Who knows what we're going to see today? That is one of maybe the greatest beauty of being live. You don't know what's going to happen next. This morning certainly showed us that again. You can see them still very alert, still listening. As I said, my first summary changed to, not hunting with the dogs, but chasing them away. But make no mistake, and this is what this one is listening to now. It's listening in the direction of where those dogs are. If those wild dogs make a kill now, they will hear it, and these hyenas will be there as quick as a flash. Awesome, guys. HT has found the dogs. Enjoy it. This is a real treat to see it. Don't know when it's going to happen next, so have a great time there. I'm going to try and join at some stage, and I know HT is going to be jumping up and down with joy. So have fun. See you in a bit.
Folks, it's a very, very exciting time. Good morning, folks. I'm sorry just to come crashing in like this, but we've got wild dog on the hunt. This is what SafariLIVE is all about. These wild dog are just running through quarantine this area here. They're really moving too, so we're driving a little bit fast here. I can't quite get them visual at the moment, but I know that they just ran through here. We got radio call before that there was wild dog on the property. Wild dog have come through here. I just can't quite see where they are. Running around madly. We're doing U-turns, we're doing reverse turns all the time. Watching the dogs. I'm trying to listen to the Game Drive channel as well, listen to the guides. So bear with us, guys. This is really about just being tactical and watching these animals hunt. They're strategic hunters. I can see one right through there. Andrew, if you can just point the camera to about 11 o'clock, you'll see the animal's head. He's absolutely on the hunt. And these guys move at speed, guys, so are we. Now, I've been with wild dog here many, many times when they've been on the hunt. They move so fast, but at the same time, we stay at a good distance. We don't distract them. Look at that, running right across in front of us here. Right across in front of us, folks. Going to hang here and just see, because I think they're coming across here. If you can see them, Andrew, they're going to come right across here. There they go, right through. I'm going to go cross country here, folks, so be careful. Just hold on a second. I'm just going to sit here. They're coming our way. Engine's still rolling. On the move. You're going to be just behind here, coming through. Can you see here? 1, 2 of them, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we just came back through this direction before, and there was impala over here. I'm not sure if they can smell that, but if they can, that's what they're going for. There was a couple of impala rams that were running over here. They got their eyes open every single second. They got their senses, finely acute senses, honed, waiting for an opportunity. The most strategic hunter in Africa. Absolutely unbelievable creature. And the times that we've spent with this species on Juma, They're some of the most memorable experiences I've ever had. They're definitely on the hunt. I'm running parallel to them at the moment. I don't want to go down there and have any impression on them whatsoever on their hunt and change their direction, so we're just going to go parallel with them at the moment. There's another 2 vehicles with us, folks. We can see them from here. We're tracking them at the moment, going at the same speed, which I'd say is about probably 10 kilometers an hour, probably about 6 miles an hour. But they're definitely on the hunt. I'm on a bit more of an elevated position here. I can see if there is any prey species, and I did see 2 impala here before. These guys cover ground really, really well. They've stopped. One of the most exciting things on the planet, folks, when it comes to being in Africa, these dogs are the absolute Rolls Royce of hunters. You can see just now, they're looking, they fan out their strategy, they fan out, they're picking up scent, coming up this way. They're coming right up in front of us. They're going to cross the road in front of us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right in front of us. I'm just going to sit on the crest of this hill, folks, and let them cross in front of us. What a magnificent creature. Right across in front of us, folks, on the road. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. 5 beautiful adult wild dogs. Absolutely magnificent. On the hunt. They're crisscrossing this area here, looking for anything they possibly can. How beautiful does that look? Folks, I'm not going to turn around and face camera and talk to you. I just want to stay on these dogs. Absolutely stay on these dogs. Now this is exactly, oh, look at that, mate. Look at that. Go in there, Andrew. Nice and tight, mate. Beautiful. Sunshine on those beautiful painted coats of theirs. Stopping every few minutes, listening with those massive ears. You can see how big those ears are, picking up anything they possibly can. Now, just down here a bit further, I did see a couple of impala. What a beautiful shot that is. They're off. Now, what they're doing now is they're going down near the lodge. You can hear the plovers, the lapwings vocalizing. Predator in the area. All I'm doing, folks, is giving a bit of a running commentary because we are running with them. We are running with the dogs this morning. This is like an incredible thing to be. My heart races so high when this happens. It's just the most fantastic thing. Okay. We're going to take a little ride down to Gowrie Dam. By the looks of things, that's where they're going. I'm going to take a little journey with you now. It's a bit of cross country, but we're going to go for it. And There's another couple of vehicles with us, folks. Obviously, everyone wants to see Wild Dog. Everyone wants to see the most strategic hunter in Africa. They move at speed, and they don't stop. It's so frenetic. They can just change. They can just change their mind at any second. So what we might do is, whilst I'm driving down here, is cross to Pete and see what he's up to, and we'll be right back with you.
Well guys, welcome back this side. What an exciting morning. Really has been great. I know Hayden's got a big smile on his face from seeing wild dogs, one of his favorite animals, and also they're just always so exciting to watch. They're very dynamic, move very fast, you never know what's going to happen next. At the same time, we've stayed with these hyenas. There's 6 of them around us now. They were running after the wild dogs again for a bit, and then they slowed down and they've sort of just stopped here. We've got these ones close by. We've got this young one from earlier just sort of sneaking up on us again as well. Just here next to us, having a look, but curious. Look at that. This is right next to us, guys, just to give you an idea. Look at that. Two of them now. Both younger ones, which is why they're so curious. This is amazing. So at the moment, these hyenas have just slowed down a bit. Well, stopped really, and they're just listening intently. If those dogs make a kill, they will respond instantly. And in that time, this youngster, which is now sniffing my arm, I don't want to move now. If I move now, I'll give it a fright. So it's coming to have a look, just curious, looking at what the vehicle's doing. Oh, this is awesome. Now from relaxed hyenas sort of just passing the time and sniffing a curiosity, they could jump up at any second and go and look at or respond to those wild dogs. I know the guys are trying to keep up with the wild dogs. They are very difficult to keep up with. They can move much faster through the bush than any vehicle can. So there's sort of 2 stories that are interlinked at the moment. The wild dogs hunting, the hyenas first chasing the dogs away from their den, and then after that way's better maybe. After chasing the dogs away, they've now decided, listen, we're going to stick around and see maybe the wild dogs can provide us with the breakfast this morning. But what a morning. So we're going to stick with our hyenas. Beautiful view for us. Look at that, the intimate social behavior, very, very strong pack animals, the same as wild dogs. But the dogs are hunting at the moment. That's where the action is. You're going to go back to H to enjoy it. We'll see you in a bit.
Okay, so we've just come down. These beautiful dogs have come down for a drink. I'm going to get you up onto the dam wall now, and I'm going to get a nice shot for Andrew so you can see these dogs have a drink. And then they'll have a quick drink, and then they'll move on. 5 of them having a drink, keeping their eyes open. They're all just having a drink here. Now, I haven't really had a chance to introduce myself this morning, folks. My name's Hayden. Welcome to Wild Safari Live, and this is what it's all about. You might hear some other voices because we're parked quite close to another vehicle here, but all in all, just to bring you up to speed if you've just joined us, this is an amazing and absolutely frenetic situation we're in here. I just love it. Wild dogs and being in their presence is basically you are running with the pack. You've really got to keep on your toes and be with them as quickly as you can. Now, these dogs have come across from a bordering reserve overnight. We did get pick up on Prince yesterday afternoon, but we didn't know where they were. They've come on to Juma now, and they are on the hunt. There's no doubt about it. Their senses are incredibly acute, and they're constantly looking around for any opportunity that presents itself. Wild Safari Live is all about you interacting with us as well. So if you've got any questions for us, you can tweet us at #SafariLive, or you can email us at wildearth.tv. Questions at wildearth.tv. Excuse my stumbling at the moment. I'm just really excited, and I've had some experiences here with Wild Dog that I'll never forget. So we are right amongst it this morning, and very, very lucky to be in the presence of these beautiful creatures. They're not very fond of the water. I've seen a hunt here with Wild Dog and Impala, and they certainly won't go in that water, but I think they're probably going to come right past us across this damn wall, so be prepared to get a very, very close up and personal look. They're going to be coming right by my side.
There's a hyena.
We've got a hyena that's also chasing. Hyena's chasing them at the moment, and then the dogs have turned on the hyena. Stand by, mate. Folks, I'm just reversing. Wow. They're attacking the hyena here, folks. Now this is incredible. One hyena against 5 wild dogs, and the hyena, look down here. They surrounded him. This is a very, very silly place for this hyena to be. This hyena came in looking. Here he comes right across in front of us. Running. Dogs chasing. Right around here. These dogs are at speed. Look at the speed of that dog. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Dogs all around me here, right in front of me. I've got Wild Dog crossing right in front of me, folks, out of screen. They're coming across the other 2, and that hyena is still being pursued by those dogs. Absolutely incredible stuff. Hyena's gone. Wild Dogs have made a decision that they're out of there. But I tell you what, I think that hyena got the message. Absolutely stunning. Just amazing. Just amazing. Now, I have a funny feeling that those wild dog are going to come back this way. So I'm going to place ourselves just here. We've got vehicles on both sides of the dam. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm stumbling over words at the moment because that was just incredible. And in these situations, you feel like one of the pack. You're riding with them. And what happened then was a hyena came up, and that's quite common to have hyena trailing behind a wild dog or some predator and hearing all the action. And then, sure enough, the wild dog just interacted and suddenly took on the hyena, and then got a few bites in as well. But that hyena took off, and these wild dog just chased it. But you saw the speed of that wild dog. And at the moment, they're just getting there. They're just regrouping, and I've got a funny feeling that they're going to come across this way again, right across our bow. They were heading this direction. At the moment, all they're doing is looking for an opportunity to hunt. There's 5 of them, and 5 individuals. I'm not sure if there's any. Sometimes they will keep some pups back with another adult, and then go and get them once a kill is made. I've seen that happen before here, right in front of our eyes. But the wild dog here, and it could be the alpha male. I'm not sure, but he's taken off up here. And he's back on the road. They're going to come right across out in front of us, folks. So I'm just keeping an eye here. I'm just going to sit here. There's 2 individuals that are right up in front of me, and Andrew's on 3 individuals here. in Boston. Marianne, welcome, and you've just joined us on one of the most exciting mornings I've had for a long time. Unbelievable to be with 5 wild dogs hunting, and your question, Marianne, is a beautiful, perfectly placed question, and that is, are they the most efficient hunters? And I have to tell you, in one word, a big yes in capital letters. The most efficient predator, land predator, terrestrial predator. I'm just creeping up this hill here, folks, to see where they've gone. Marianne, I will come back to you, I promise. I just want to keep these dogs visual, and I don't want to commit myself to going up this road too far. Oh yeah, I can see them. They're up on this road here ahead of us. And Marianne, to just a little bit more information, they are strategic hunters, the most strategic hunters in Africa when it comes to land mammals. They're just incredible. They're on the move, they communicate with each other so well, and they're off into the bush now. So we are going to follow them, folks. We're just going to watch for a second. I can see them running through ahead of us here. I just want to keep you updated constantly. Right ahead of us here, they're running through the bush, but I don't want to commit to going in there because they could just turn about. Now I'm going to commit because they could easily do a big U-turn. I can see them through the bush there. Okay, so folks, hold on here. I'm going to do a little bit of wild dog surveillance, wild dog tracking here, wild SafariLIVE style, and it is a little bit of following through the bush. They go at speed, and that's the situation. Like when you're with a leopard, you might be able to follow that leopard in a much more stealthy manner, but these guys move, so I'm just going to try and find. I can still see them right ahead here. Can you see them, Andrew? Just up ahead here, 12 o'clock, man. There they are, right there. So we're on the tail of the last one. Now it's going to get a little bit tricky through here, folks, so bear with me. You see that dog right there, Andrew? Cotton in 12 o'clock, mate. There's another one coming through here. And all I'm doing is helping Andrew find these dogs, because sometimes through the camera lens it's really tricky. Just hold on, Andrew. Watch your head. Watch the aerial, mate. Still with me, folks. Please know, many of those trees that we're brushing past sound a lot worse than it is. We're just brushing past them. We've got to follow these dogs. We've got to get into this country here, and it is really getting thick. We could lose them at any minute, but if we do, it's just going to get too thick through here. We won't be able to get into that stuff there. I'm going to come. I've just taken a little right-hander here because the country through there is just... We're going to get stuck in there, and I want to stay on them. This is a little bit more open here. If we come around the front, we might get a visual on them again. The one thing you do see when you see wild dog is this magnificent painted dog. These little fleets of colour of the dog rushing past through the vegetation. It's one of the most beautiful scenes. I can see one there? Still trying to get them visual, folks, so please bear with us. You see anything, Andrew? Everything here has got thorns on it too, folks, so it's a little tricky, but you know what? That's what these vehicles are designed to do. They're the most fantastic vehicles. I've just come up into this open area here, and I've come up a little bit ahead of them, I hope, to just see if we get a visual on them coming through. It's going to turn off just to see if we can hear them. But they are very, very quiet at the moment because they are on the hunt. Can't see anything at the moment. I'm going to move on a little bit. It's very thick through here. There's a little bit of open area here that I just found, and I'm just trying to, sometimes you can see them move through in that open area. Come on, we can find these guys. Where are you, boys and girls? Come on, where are you? There they are. Got him. Got him. Yes! Oh, I just love these animals so much. Okay. They're slowed down. They're just behind that vegetation there. So Andrew's crashed in there. They're definitely looking for scent. Oh, wow. They're going to walk right across in front of us. Definitely picking up scent right now. Smelling, using their acute sense of smell. And when they've picked up a trail, they will move at speed. Here he goes. We are back on the hunt, guys. We're going to follow these dogs. This is beautiful. Look at that, Andrew. They've picked up the scent of something, definitely. This is interesting. They're onto something. Definitely onto something here. They've picked up the scent. They moved up onto this termite mound. And they're still looking around here. They've moved on now. So folks, what you're doing with us right now on Wild Safari Live is you're being one of the pack, really. Still looking for scent. Working as a team, there's strategy. Working their way back here. They think that something's around this termite mound. They're coming right back. One individual in front of us here, just coming right back. Has beautiful light, isn't it? Look at that. Those big, fantastic ears. Just looking up with this jackalberry at the moment. Folks, I'm just going to Texan, do you copy? Texan, I'm with those dogs still, mate. I'll keep you updated. They are moving towards Buffleshoek cut line. They've slowed their pace considerably. They're on the scent of something, and I'll keep you updated, mate. So, folks, all I did then was kept Texan and a couple of the other guides informed. That's what we do. We look after each other. We make sure that any time that we can share one of these magnificent sightings, we will. And with this vehicle, this beautiful vehicle that I'm in, it's smaller and much more You can turn this vehicle on a 20-cent piece in the bush, and it gives us the opportunity to get through this really thick country, and some of the other guys' vehicles couldn't get up through here. So I'm going to keep them informed, but they're on the scent of something, and we're just going to stick with them here. It's quite a beautiful thing to just be in the bush with these guys and just watching them display this fantastic behaviour. Very, very complex, but also just they're working as a team, and they're literally just on the scent of something and following. So that's what we're going to do as well. Right, I'm going to have to go around this tree. There's a big tree there, so hold on, Andrew. Sorry, mate. Morning, Jan, in Philadelphia, I think that is. A great question. What is the biggest prey animal that a wild dog would go after? Well, I've seen wild dog hunt zebra, not very often, but young zebra. I've seen them hunt impala. I've seen them hunt all different types of things, but a young zebra foal I saw them take down once. They have a tendency to go for sort of, in this area, particularly a prey species that they do love is impala, and they will take down impala, that beautiful antelope, very, very easily. So they don't take on the really big species, but it depends on how many of them there are too. They're very, very opportunistic, and I've seen them even go for porcupine. So it really just depends on what's available. This is getting quite thick through here. Right, I'm just looking as we're talking, Jan. Hopefully that answered your question. And yeah, they really do go after lots of different species, but the bigger species, they'll unless there was a really big pack, they probably stay away from. Now I'm going to just try and get in through this country here, folks. It's a little bit, I just got a waft as well, a waft of wild dog. That smell is a really, really sweet smell. This is really difficult country here, guys, so please bear with me. Right. This is a tricky one for us, folks. A really tricky one. Can't go through there. How's my back there, mate? Right, I'm going to have to make a decision here, mate. We're going to have to go around that. We're never going to get through that. Just hold on, mate. There's a couple of termite aardvark holes here. Super thick. Just watch that. Watch your camera. Watch that aerial. Don't have them visual at the moment, folks. Massive aardvark hole here. Okay, I've lost the now. Okay, so I haven't got them visual, guys. Texan, do you copy? All radios, I am still with the dogs, and they are heading towards Buffalo. Can't really give you an estimation of how far, but definitely heading towards Buffalo Silk-Cut Line, and I'll keep you updated. We are still, we've still got them, folks. I'm just trying to negotiate through. Just watch that aerial, mate. Copy that. Watch your basement. So folks, just to give you an update, I'm so sorry I'm not speaking a lot here. I'm just looking at these dogs, but just to give you an indicator, I've got the game drive, all the guys wanting to know, just wondering where if I'm still with them. So just communicating with them, and it's really important that excuse me, I'm losing my voice as well. The comms are kept up, the communication that is, and I have to also just be thinking about where to get through here. So we don't want to lose these dogs. Hold on, mate. Just watch your back. I do not want to lose these dogs, and I've got to just negotiate my way through here. Some of this vegetation starts to get quite thick. And it really does become a game of follow, look after the vehicle, look after Andrew. Sorry, it was Andrew first, then the vehicle. Yeah, so there they are, guys, right in front, right next to us. Phew. Okay, I'm just going to turn off for a second. And they've gone static. They're definitely listening. Definitely listening. Let's just sit with them. Watch what they're doing. Texan, do you copy? Ephraim, do you copy? Ephraim, they've gone static. They're now, we're about probably 200 meters from Buffalo Shook Cut Line, I am imagining, between Mvuburu Road and Gowrie Cut Line. Okay, copy. Johan, do you copy? Andrew, do you copy? Andrew, I'm still with these dogs. I'm not sure if you copied that last message to Ephraim. Probably about 100 meters from the Buffalo Shook Cut Line in the block between Mvubu Road and Gowrie Cut Line. Okay, mate. If I hear you, I'll try and get you in contact, okay? Folks, what we're going to do now is we're in a lovely location here. They've all just sat down. I'm not going to move down in there because I don't want to disturb them. We can keep them in visual here and see what they start to decide to do. Now, I'll just sit with you for a second and then we might see what Pete's up to. But wow, that was exciting stuff. That was amazing to be with them all that time and to see them chase that hyena. Absolutely incredible. If you've just joined us now, folks, we're sitting at the moment. It might look like we're looking at a bit of grass, but just amongst that bit of grass is a pack of 5 wild dog. We've been with them since about 6:30 this morning. They did go cover a lot of ground, and then they came in contact with a hyena that was starting to try and check them out. And then the tables turned and the 5 wild dogs chased the hyena with it was incredible to see right across our bow, and the hyena took flight. One of the dogs, probably the alpha male, chased for a fairly long distance and then came back. So I tell you what, we could replay a little clip now and show you exactly what happened. What we're doing right now is sitting with the wild dogs in the grass, and whilst we're doing that, I'm going to just cut back to a clip that we've got for you to give you a little bit of an action replay of what happened this morning. I'll be right back with you. How amazing was that? How incredible was that? It was just an incredible experience. Again, another wild dog sensation on Juma and Arathusa. You know, down here in the Sabi Sands, this is like paradise when it comes to watching wildlife. These animals are just so habituated and conditioned to us being around. We don't, they just include us as part of the scenery now. And it's just so beautiful to be in their presence. This pack here used to be 7 up until a few weeks ago. I think it was about a week ago. 2 of the animals were killed, and they're called the Investic pack. There's 5 individuals now. They're still a formidable force. I've seen incredible hunts here with Peter. Peter and I had one of the most memorable wild dog hunts in my life. It was too incredible to describe just in words, and you can find it on our websites, and definitely on the Nat Geo Wild website. There's a clip of that wild hog hunt. Viewer discretion is advised. I have to tell you, it was quite incredible. But we have seen some wild dog hunts here that I'll never ever forget. And I keep saying it, but folks, it's one of these things that it can take 20 years, 30 years, and you can be looking in the bush for that long. And what we saw that day, and even what we saw this morning, people wait a lifetime for. So we're very fortunate to be here, folks. Really, really great stuff.
I wonder if we could back up just a bit.
Just going to back up a little bit for Andrew to see if he can get a better shot. Can you see him, mate?
Yeah. Kind of difficult, but he's there.
Johan, do you copy? folks, I'm just communicating with another vehicle, so please excuse me for a second. Just want to communicate with them, let them know where we are. Johan, it's HT here. Just wanted to give you an update, mate. We are in between Mvubu Road and Gowrie Cut Line, about 150 metres off Buffersook Cut Line. Okay, mate, I'll keep you updated. They're static at the moment. They've gone down flat, but we'll stick with them and I'll keep you updated, mate. Standing by. Right. Things are a little bit calmer now, folks. Sorry, folks. I'm just communicating on this radio still. HT copy. Okay, stand by. So, folks, what one of the guides has asked me to do is just turn the vehicle on and give it a rev. Now, please understand that the dogs will be absolutely fine with that. They won't move. They're very, very used to the vehicles. Very, very used to the vehicles, as you can see. But that rev allows... Okay, copy, mate, standing by. So the communications that I'm doing right now, just to explain to you, is to let other vehicles know where I am. The vegetation that we're in right now is incredibly thick and very, very difficult to see another vehicle. Obviously, we wouldn't get off the vehicle, but that was just to give an indicator to one of the guides where I was. And it was a great example of how conditioned the animals are to the vehicles. It doesn't frighten them in any way, shape or form, and there's no way in the world that I would have done that if I would have thought that it was to the detriment of the dogs. So just to give you a little bit of an explanation of what we did that for. You can only hear my communication, you can't hear the guide's communication, so that's why I'm giving you a pretty sort of thorough explanation of what's going on. And I think it's really important for you to know you're on the vehicle with us this morning, and everything that happens on this vehicle, I want to make sure you know the fine details of that and why we do what we do and how we do it. Now, I also want to explain to you that what you're doing right now is watching wild dog hunts and wild dogs live in the Sabi Sands Game Reserve on Juma, and you know, this is one of the most incredible things, to be able to interact with you and talk to you through questions and comments from you from all over the world. So just to remind you, if you want to send us a tweet at #SafariLIVE or questions at WildEarth.tv, please feel free. We'd love to hear from you, and I'll definitely do my best to answer them. And if I don't know the answer, I'll definitely look it up for you or ask one of the other guides. But it's really fantastic to have you on board this morning. Welcome aboard this morning, Georgianne in Illinois. Great to have you with us. And it's just a beautiful sunny morning here in Sabi Sands. And these wild dogs you've obviously been watching, because it's a great question. Which particular individual would take the lead in the hunt, the alpha female or the alpha male? Well, to tell you the truth, Georgianne, I've seen both take the lead. Excuse me, just depending on what the situation is and where the prey animal is, but most of the time the alpha male will sort of take on the charge, but the alpha female definitely is right up there with him by his side. So I've seen different occasions, different animals. The other thing is, Georgianne and everyone, it's very difficult sometimes if you've just come across a pack like this pack that I haven't ever met before. you are using your intuition, I suppose. You're interpreting which is the alpha male. It is normally the more dominant, and the other ones follow on. But sometimes, you can get variations to that. And something that I also want to just remind everyone is you can read all the books and get all the information, and we talk to lots of scientists, but there's always variations to the rules. That's for sure. But great question, Georgiana. Thank you very much for being with us this morning. They just prick their ears up then. That's something. And what will also happen here, everyone, is, these dogs are lying flat at the moment. How camouflaged are they? I'll just get Andrew to... Oh, yeah, well, that's a really good example right there, Andrew. Very, very hard to see. You can just see that ear moving around there. And... if an unsuspecting prey animal like an impala was to walk through here, they would take full advantage of that. Folks, I think what we might do is, whilst we've got these dogs flat, we might just gather our thoughts and make up a bit of a strategy of what we're going to do. And we should cross over to Pete and see what he's up to, because he had some really interesting things happening this morning. But just to say thank you. Sorry about the frenetic start this morning. I didn't introduce myself or anything. But welcome to Safari Live. This is what it's all about. It's on the hoof. What you're seeing is what's happening live here in Djuma and Arathusa Game Reserves in Sabi Sand, South Africa. It's absolutely fantastic to have you on board. If you've got any questions, again, hashtag Safari Live. You can tweet us or questions@wildearth.tv. Let's cross over to Pete and see where he's up to. I'll see you just now.
Guys, fantastic morning so far. We sat with those hyenas for a bit more. There was a bit more activity, but then they started settling down very much like those dogs are doing at the moment. Still nice and cool. So there's good activity, or should still be good activity for the next while. So we decided to move on, see if we can't find something else. Slowly making our way towards Twin Dams, which was yesterday very productive for us. So we're going to go look around. It is still, what's the time now? 7:25 Central African time. The sun's been up for about an hour, and it's that perfect temperature today. Turn the game drives down a bit. Perfect temperature, not too hot, not too cold, just awesome. Great weather for leopards to still be moving around, lion will still be moving around, general wildlife, all the antelope. We just had a couple of nyala, those antelope running across the road just before you came to join us here. So we're going to look around, see what else is out there. If those dogs move anything, more than just an ear or a tail, we're going to get back there straight away. And I must say, I wish I was listening to HG a bit with you this morning. I know that he's very passionate about wild dogs specifically, so I'm sure you had a great time with him and a good bit of fun. I just was listening to what was going on, chasing a hyena around the waterhole. I mean, you could come here for weeks every year and never see that. So beautiful morning. At the same time, guys, remember that you're welcome to ask some questions, send some comments. For those of you that have not joined us many times before, you can do so by tweeting hashtag SafariLIVE, or if you want to send an email, questions@wildearth.tv. Even if it's just to say you really enjoyed the wild dogs, or it's a lekker morning, or enjoyable morning. So this is a word that slips in every now and again. Like the word ingwe for leopard. Lekker is an Afrikaans word that's colloquially used quite widely, meaning great, happy, fantastic. So if it pops in, I'll explain it every time. But a very enjoyable morning. So just if you wanted to say hello or question, remember it's always nice to not only have your name, but if we know where you're from, it also sort of puts into perspective where we're all joining each other for the game drive from. So enjoy the morning with us. As always, a pleasure to have you. We're making our way towards the dams. going on there. There was a bit of excitement about the wild dogs, and then as soon as the hyena settled down and they were sort of just listening, that was a youngster. You can compare it to like a teenager. So it was curiosity that brought it to us. It wasn't hungry, it wasn't hunting us, anything like that. It was just sitting there thinking, well, we're waiting for the wild dogs to see what happens. I'm going to go have a look at that vehicle because it's interesting. They see these vehicles a lot as well at the den. So the hyena came over to have a little look. I knew that the hyena was being wary, if you want, or careful, not afraid, but curious, you know, just sort of carefully curious. And that's also why when it came close, I didn't want to move or make fast movements because then it would get a fright maybe, and we don't want to frighten it. It wasn't attacking us, it was having a look at us. It was trying to understand us, pretty much like what we do every day with all the animals out here. We go around looking at them and enjoying it. And that hyena was just doing the same thing. So no nervousness. It was beautiful. It doesn't always happen. So it was a very special moment. In fact, I'll remember it, you know, as the day and the weeks go on now. That'll be one of the memories that will certainly stick with me as well. The wild dog morning. And I'm sure many of you that are on the drive experienced that maybe for the first time. I love it when people see a hyena in a way that they don't expect to see them. People always have, not always, often have this misconception about hyenas being the sort of bad guys of the bush, you know, the horrible scavengers. And there's so much more to them than that. Firstly, they're very good hunters. They're as good as any other animal out here. I mean, we all live together. But they're actually incredibly sensitive social animals in the way of how they live and operate, you know, how they coexist with hyenas in their group. So seeing them in a sort of a sensitive, endearing way, like we certainly did there with that youngster, when it's coming up and you look at the face, and it's a face that's as beautiful as a leopard's or a lion's or a, you know, beautiful bird or anything, you know, things that we see. And I love that. I can feel it sometimes. That someone is sitting there going, wow, I'm liking a hyena, and I didn't think I would like a hyena, because people often have this misconception about them. So that for me was something very special this morning, just really getting like a sort of the intimate view of a hyena. And I know for many of you, maybe a few of you, if you did experience what I just mentioned, let us know. You know, if you may be expecting the hyena to be different from what you experienced there, it's always nice to have people grow their perceptions or their understandings of wildlife anywhere, and certainly of wildlife in Africa, since that is where we are at the moment. Here we're coming up to long now, but a big tree, as always with any big jackalberry, we have to look very carefully in case there's a leopard just sort of having a little lazy relaxation on one of the branches. We're going to go up the hill here. Stunning tree. No leopards? Oh, look, at least not that we can see. We're coming up to the waterhole on the right hand side. That's Twin Dams. Mine just tweaks me a little bit because the grammar in it is quite funny. It's referred to it as Twin Dams, but it is one dam. The other one was breached a long time ago just to enable better water flow for the riverbed, which is also very healthy for it. But it is very quiet here this morning. Well, at least they don't just have one favorite food. I mean, there's a lot of different foods that are all great. And I'm fresh hippo track that animals like to use. It's a nice sandy road. It sort of goes in the right direction in terms of Buffelshoek Dam. So a lot of animals, and when I say a lot of animals, I refer to this sort of soft-footed animals, animals that like to walk on roads, hyenas, leopard, lion, that kind of thing. They like using cheetah cut lines. So it's the kind of road where I'm always driving with a little bit of a delay. This area to our right now, this open area that last year November, one of the drives, we had those, was the sticks lionesses, I think.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really a hunt, it was more a playful chase, if you want. They chased some giraffe around here, which was quite funny. Lions can hunt giraffe. It's a very big prey, and in Sabi Sands here, we don't often get lions on giraffe carcasses. It's more often on buffalo, but that's such big animals and lions, when they challenge each other, so to speak. Please feel free to ask questions. I love chatting, but I also don't want to just chat for the sake of keeping your ears busy. Enjoy the view. If you want to talk about something, let us know. #SafariLIVE if you want to tweet it. Chat about it.